Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So today I have this beautiful model here with me. Her name is Sharmini and I wanted to show you the before and after transformation. And we went for this beautiful monochromatic look, kind of like inspired by from the 80s and the 90s when your lip color has to match your eye color sort of thing. And I don't know why lately I've been living for this look, because whenever I do it on myself it looks really nice. I just make sure the colors are around the line of pinkish or mauve-ish because that's when it looks the best. Now I've already prepped your skin with Pore Minimizer by Benefit Cosmetics. This is the primer, and then I went right into the foundation. For foundation I've used Maybelline 312. This matched her color really well, especially if you can see the neck and the foundation color matched really well. And so the color that I'm using, it's called Golden Dore. And for the brush, I'm using 47 by Sephora. This is one of my favorite foundation brush of all time. I love using it on myself and on my client. For some reason, I've been meaning to upload this video for a long time, but I have such a bad throat. Not while I'm speaking, it's fine, but I have this little lumps built underneath my chin. I don't know how it happened. My doctor told me I got ear infection. So I've been on a lot of antibiotic and it gets me really lazy, and even though I have some really nice amazing videos recorded, I'm just so lazy to do a voiceover because of my antibiotics and my neck issues. I'm trying not to talk a lot. So I hope you guys don't mind, but please do watch this video because it's one of my favorite videos I have made so far. I loved her face after and before, and it was just a complete transformation. Now for her highlight, I'm using NC30. This is obviously a couple of shades lighter than her face. This is not an NC30 foundation. This is a NC30 Studio Fix Concealer, which is MAC's, I think, most recent release of concealers, and I love this. Now for contour, I'm using Jumbo Stick by Clinique, and I'm basically doing my usual drill, which is to contour her face. Now her cheeks doesn't require a lot of contour, that's why I had little lines there, because you can, from the looks of it, you can already tell her face from both sides are pretty nicely shaped, so there's not a lot of contour needed in those areas. So that's why I kind of kept it very simple. But if you can see, the forehead is has been contoured heavily, and also around the chin, because I want to make her chin appear a little smaller. Otherwise her face is going to look too long, and I don't want that. So I'm using the same brush once more to blend all our highlights. So what I always like doing is I like blending the highlights and contour with two different brushes, just to make sure that, you know, one doesn't kind of go over the other. Once the contour is done, now I'm going to set all her under eye area with my Kryolan translucent powder. And I always like to do this baking mode because I feel that when I do this and she happens to look down or something, it doesn't crease. Also around the mouth, when you laugh, you don't want those laugh lines coming up after sometimes. Or also around the forehead area, when you squint, you don't want those lines showing up anytime later. So that's why I like doing that a lot. Now for powder, I'm using Kiss New York powder. This is in the shade Soft Tan, and it's a beautiful transition color. So basically what I always like to do is I like to find one color that sort of will work right in between the contour and highlight, kind of like a mid shade between the two, and then I like to use that for the whole face. That way you can still see the contour line, you can still differentiate between the highlight and contour, but at the same time there is no harsh difference between the contour and highlight because of that mid color that I've just used. It sort of blends in together because now you don't see a complete harsh line like you were seeing a couple minutes before. So now to set all of those powders, I'm going to obviously use my makeup setting spray. For that, I've used my Kiss New York makeup setting spray. Now to make the contour a little more like cool tone, I've used the bronze powder. For that, I'm using my Benefit Hoola bronze powder. And I'm just slightly going over it. I'm not trying to make it look dark or anything. I am just simply dusting on top of it. For a blush, I want to keep it simple since we're going to go for a bold eye and bold lips. So we're going to use California Dreams by Benefit Cosmetics. This is a beautiful blush. It gives you a really like blush look instead of making it too like colorful around the cheeks area. It blends really well into the contour. Now I never use a blush brush honestly because I feel like for some reason the blush brush picks up a lot of color. I always like to go with more like a kabuki brush because it gives you that soft diluted blush look. For highlighter, I'm using Becca in shade Opal, and this is one of my favorite highlighters, especially when I'm using it on my clients because it blends really well and there's no shimmer or not too much glitter in this highlighter, and it blends almost like a cream kind of thing. I love it because it gives you that natural light to the face. And as you can see, it really looks beautiful. Even though Sharmini here, she has a little bit of the skin where it's kind of like a bumpy to her face. Like, you know, like when you have like pimples and you sort of use or break the pimple with your nails, or it just gets, you know, popped, that dent is there. With Becca, I find like it doesn't show much. Even though you're not supposed to put highlighter on those areas, with Becca, I find that you can really tell it because it's so nice and diffused sort of highlighter. Now for brows, I'm using Precisely Brow Pencil by Benefit Cosmetics. This is in the shade 04. And as you can tell, I'm not really touching her eyebrows too much because you can tell already she has a beautiful set of eyebrows already. What I'm just doing is I'm just making sure the front end and the back end are nicely deepened up because that's exactly where she's lacking a little bit of hair. So you want to mimic what she has in the middle and sort of spread it around her brows very evenly. And obviously the first step is always to brush the eyebrows to make sure all those powders sitting on the brows are gone before you start even like filling them up. Once her brows are done, I'm going to now move on to her eyelid. Now I'm going to be using NYX liquid lipstick. This is actually called NYX Liquid Suede or something, and this is in the shade Club Hopper. And this is going to basically act as my base for her eyeshadow lid, just because the next eyeshadows that we're going to be using is going to complement that similar color. And it also matches her outfit really well. Now the eyeshadow palette that I'm using is actually by Huda Beauty, and this is in the Mauve Obsession. I don't know about Mauve Obsession, but I've been obsessed with a lot of the quad palettes that she releases because they're super pigmented and they have a good amount of matte shadows that I really like for my clients. Now, as you guys probably are aware of, all of Huda Beauty's quad eyeshadow palettes really don't have any specific name to the colors, and hence why I have pretty much showed you what color I'm using. And it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't have to explain all the steps. But yeah. And for the brow one, I'm using my Becca highlighter, obviously, because it's you know, again, it gives off a very beautiful shine and lifts your brow bone up, so that really works. And then obviously we're gonna go ahead and blend it again with the same color that I previously used. I pretty much didn't add any extra, I'm just blending it out here. Now I'm using a deeper, darker color, and what I'm doing here is I'm shading the outer corner of her eyes and the lower part of her eyes as well with it. Now I'm taking that beautiful pink shimmer and I'm putting it right underneath her eyes, but on the inner part of her eyes. This basically helps open up the eyes a lot better. And once this is done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on her lashes. And once I'm done with the mascara, next I'm going to start applying the eye falsies. I was going to say the eyelashes, but then I was like, okay, no, it doesn't make sense. The falsies. For falsies, I have Kiss Products eyelash. These are some beautiful, natural looking eyelashes, honestly. I love these lashes. Most of my time, especially when I'm doing clients for party makeup, I love putting these lashes on because they don't feel heavy, but they feel super nice and they look super natural. Also, as you can see, there is no eyeliner for this look. What I'm going to do here, I'm definitely taking that darker burgundy color and I'm placing it right over the glue, making it almost like a beautiful shaded look. Once that's done, I'm now going to move on to the lipstick. For lipstick, I've used Inglot Jennifer Lopez's new liquid lipstick. I'm not too sure what the name is, but I will write it down on the description box for you guys to have a look. This is actually a really pretty color. After which I've mixed it up with Nikie's Nude by MAC Cosmetics. And that also keeps the lips kind of hydrated, but also gives the lips a very halo effect. And that's it. That's the look, guys. I hope she likes it. She looks like she liked it. So yeah, that's the final look. I hope you guys have enjoyed this makeup tutorial. It was very easy and very like a 90s vibe. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, and if you guys did, please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and also hit the bell icon because every time I upload, I see a lot of you guys don't get notified, and that is the reason why. So please don't forget to hit the bell icon on next to my subscribe button. And yeah, hope to see you next time on my next video. Till then, take care. Mwah.